Good day, ladies and gentlemen, I am Briareo Skrensky and welcome to the review of Ichikome Kamiko, more commonly known as Kamiko, which also marks my first review for the Switch. Kamiko is the brainchild of Skipmore, a small doujin team previously known for the two Fairune, available for a number of formats including the 3DS. Kamiko builds on the experience of these games, shifting focus from puzzle solving to combat, creating a game closer to the first Legend of Zelda. Skipmore also cited recent indie games like Hyper Light Drifter as inspiration, however Kamiko never quite reaches its inspiring sources in both visual and mechanical departments, favoring a much simpler approach to both. Whereas Hyper Light Drifter and Legend of Zelda offer a single playable character with an ever-increasing set of tools to explore a large, complex world, Kamiko offers 3 characters with fixed abilities to go through 4 self-contained stages, all with the basic objective of cleansing 4 Torii gates and defeating the local boss. 3 Miko, or Shrine Maidens, are entrusted with this task, each wielding one of the 3 Imperial regalia that, yes, are a direct transposition of the real Japanese regalia. Yamato, armed with the blade of Kusanagi, short range but hair's wings cover most of her frontal arc. Uzume, wielding the Magatama of Yasakani, taking the form of a bow. The first shot is a single arrow, but the second and third shots have a wider reach. Inome, using the Mirror of Yata and the dagger. The mirror works as a boomerang and the dagger allows Inome to attack while the mirror is flying around. The 3 Miko all have the same capabilities and only health and SPs can be expanded with collectibles. Stages take the form of mazes where the chosen Miko must solve very simple puzzles, with enemies spawning once entering a new location. Defeated enemies drop SPs, that are in turn used to cleanse Torii, open chests, and activate the special attack. Once a Torii gate has been purified, it serves as a save point and unlocked chests can be opened as many times as it's needed. This is because the girls cannot attack or sprint while carrying something, and getting hit will make them drop what they're carrying, which will return to its original location. As enemy groups respawn once completely wiped out, the trick is to leave 1 or 2 alive to have the least amount of opposition to the goal. For some strange reason the game doesn't particularly like this, and it might result in slowdowns. The second stage is the most prone to this problem, even though it's not the largest or most complex stage in the game. All stages have 2 hidden collectibles, 1 health and 1 SP pickup. They aren't particularly hard to find, and their location, just like dungeon design and enemy placement, is the same for all girls. There are 4 additional secret items in the whole game used to unlock the third option in the main menu. To avoid spoilers, this is the only mention of these items I'll give here. The combat is rather basic, and the Miko's abilities and nuances are grasped immediately. Yamato is the most immediate to play with, but she is also the least powerful of the 3. Uzume and Inome require 1 or 2 attacks to kill all enemies, which makes sense given that Uzume must be stationary when firing her bow and can't fire diagonally. Inome is the strongest to play with, because her mirror one-shots every enemy except bosses, has a good range, can attack in diagonals, and she can still move and attack with a fast, short-range dagger with the mirror out. They all have their own special move that only really comes into play against bosses. Combat abilities are varied enough for the short length of the game, and in fact I wouldn't have minded for longer, more difficult stages to explore all their possibilities. Kamiko places emphasis on replayability and speedrunning, and it won't take long to complete it. The first playthrough with any Miko will take less than an hour, then around 20 minutes with the rest if you're aiming to collect the 2 hidden pickups. All levels can be rushed through below 10 minutes, and the first 2 below the 5 minutes mark, boss fight included. Bosses are great, with the final boss being the obvious highlight. These 4 encounters are all different and are built in a way that no character has a clear edge over another, although Inome has an innate advantage thanks to her striking power and the ability to attack in diagonal. None of the bosses is particularly difficult, especially with all hidden pickups. Graphics are simple, very similar to Fairune. There are a lot of minute details, often only noticed after going through the game once. There aren't many special effects, the most visible being the screen shake when hits connect, and that can be turned off. As mentioned before, slowdowns might happen if too many enemies are left alive, but even that might not happen if you don't dwindle too long in a stage. Sound effects are basic, but the music can be pretty awesome. My favorite tracks are for stage 3 and the final boss. Kamiko would be an excellent foundation for a more complex and fleshed out game, like Fairune acted for this game. Kamiko is rather short-lived, though its structure favors replays aimed to get the lowest completion time, and it's fun to play. There is nothing inherently wrong with Kamiko, but unlocking all secrets won't take long, and its lasting appeal is limited. Kamiko has recently been announced for Western release a few days after publishing this video, April 27. The Japanese version was already translated in, and automatically defaulted to, if the console is set accordingly, English. I hope you have enjoyed this review and you stick around for more. Briareo Skarensky, over and out.